Welcome to tip number 3 of 7 sound self-care tips. What are you holding on to? I'm Sharon Karn. If you haven't had a chance to listen to the introductory video, please do so. It will help you to set the context for this series of videos. Holding on refers to holding on to your own emotional energy or even someone else's emotional energy if you are one of those who would call themselves highly sensitive. There are times in life when there's so much highly charged emotional energy, it can just be too much to handle. That's when emotions get stuffed somewhere into the body with the intention to deal with them later. But sometimes that later never comes. And the emotional energy that was stuffed into the body begins to get our attention with physical symptoms of comfort or disease. These emotions can fester into something like a knot in your stomach, shoulder or low back muscle tension, irritable bowels, fatigue, headaches, and a myriad of other symptoms. One of my favorite books on understanding how this happens is called Molecules of Emotion by Dr. Candace Pert. She was an internationally recognized neuroscientist and pharmacologist who published hundreds of research articles. Her research shows some very interesting information on how emotions get stuck in the body. So I'm quoting from her book, Molecules of Emotion, and she says, if we accept the idea that peptides and other informational substances are the biochemicals of emotion, their distribution in the body's nerves has all kinds of significance. The body is the unconscious mind. Repressed traumas caused by overwhelming emotion can be stored in a body part, thereafter affecting our ability to feel that part or even move it. Often these symptoms aren't all that serious to begin with, so we usually don't bother doing anything about them. We get comfortable with being uncomfortable. But the truth is, an enormous amount of chronic illness in our modern world has an emotional core. In some business environments, doing your job while under a great deal of stress has become a badge of honor. This belief never serves us. It only leads to chronic illness. Another aspect of being comfortable with being uncomfortable is fear of change. What kind of commitment is this going to take, we ask? Or is this going to make me different from everyone else at work? Ask this question of yourself. What is chronic pain costing me? Fraser Martel from Edmonton attended one of our fundamentals programs years ago. He had experienced chronic tension and pain in his upper back for a decade, 10 years. So after volunteering for a demonstration on how to use sound, particularly in this demonstration, the voice, to release emotional energy, he was able to eliminate that pain completely within 5 minutes. 5 minutes. When I contacted him 2 years later for permission to share his story in my book, he said that he was still pain-free by continuing to use his voice to release the emotional energy that he kept storing there. Many of us tend to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, so we need tools to allow the feeling of that weight of the world to release. Emotional energy needs to move. When it gets stuck, it festers. Because sound goes through you, it sets every atom and molecule into a state of vibration. And it's also very effective at creating a vibration through old stuck emotional energy. This helps to get it moving and help you release it. There are many wonderful sound tools that support this release in addition to your own voice. So here's a couple of questions for you to start our first element of investigation. So the first question is, do I have aches or pains or areas of discomfort that really don't have a medical source? Many of us have these, and it's useful to ask this question. And the second question is it possible that I'm holding on to an emotional energy there that could be causing or contributing to this discomfort? Now, for the implement part, I ask you to stay tuned for the next tip. Tip number 4 offers you a solution to implement to help release some of this pent up emotional energy from the body. So I'll see you there.